Hi all. Today I want to teach you my exam experience on data science. Couple of days back I just gave the exam on data science. So in that I got a question like one case study. I got a question on case study which I need to analyze the data, analyze the various data. I need to join the data, and I need to generate the insights. I need to plot the bar graphs from the data. So it's like pretty huge. So I completed that question. So I thought of explaining you guys. It will be important. It's like almost a it's like almost 100 lines of code or something. Yeah, in that they heavily used the pandas and Amplify. I think for the analyzing the data, any kind of data, I think the most common, most basic part is to most basic part which we use is like pandas and Numpify in Python. So I thought of explaining the case study, and also I gave the explaining my what question I got, and also how I completed the question, and what are the various data sets they gave to me to analyze. So okay, this is the case study I got in the exam. Like they gave some Summer Olympic database. It's like 1896 Summer Olympics. So the main motive is like to draw the insights from the data containing player details of 138 competing countries. So our main motto is like we need to generate the insights. These kind of various questions they ask me to generate. So this is the PDF. We need to refer the question description. So okay, this is the question which they gave. This complete thing. So first, I'll show you the data sets. So these are the various data sets like from 1896 to 2008 Summer Olympic Games, and these are the country codes which various countries participated, right? All the country codes like Afghanistan, the ISO code, the NOC code, all these things they give. I think around there is 200 to countries participated, and also how many bronze medal winners, how many gold medal winners, and all the medals, and also uh, yeah, and also in each edition, like means in each year, how many bronze, how many gold, how many silver, and which country got the first, and all these things they display, and all these things they give the. This is the complete huge data set. So they ask me the various kind of questions. For each question, they need to they evaluate. There are around if you see there are around seven, eight, yeah, around eight questions are there. They ask me in this data set, and finally they ask me to show the visualization. So I did this one. So I'm going to teach you this one. So actually, this is the one which I wrote in exam. So first I'll explain you. Then I'll upload this one in the GitHub, so you can refer those things. You can refer those. First, I created a new file called index Python file. Okay. First thing is like we need to learn the question. In this chapter, you're using Gordian Olympic medal data set. Okay. Your first task here is to. This is my first task. Here is to prepare a data frame editions from a tab separated value. Initially, editions has 26 rows, one for each Olympic edition, that is year in which Olympics was held. So they gave the columns like edition, bronze, gold, silver, grand, total, city, and so on. So for the analysis that follows, you won't need to overall medal counts. So you want to keep only the useful columns. They also gave the columns also edition, grand total, city, and country. So first we analyze the data. This is the sum edition. Okay, this is the file they want me to, they ask me to use, like comma separated value. This is like tab separated one. This is by default all the CSV files are comma separated one, but this is the tab separated one. So in this we have various, in this we have a huge amount of data, and all the we have columns like edition, bronze, gold, silver, grand total, and also city and country. So in that they ask me to take only edition, grand total, city and country. So edition, grand total, city and country. So they also gave me how to approach also, like algorithm kind of thing. So I'm going to do in Python. Yeah. First thing is to, I need to read the first thing, I need to import the libraries. I am importing pandas. Okay. The second thing is to create a data frame called editions. In that we need it, this data frame is used for creation purpose. So we need to read the CSV file, right? For that we need to use the read CSV function in the pandas, and we need to provide the file path. Here everything is there in the datasets folder. So I gave the file path as datasets slash submedicines.tsv. So by default, pandas read CSV is comma separated value, comma separated. So this is not a comma separated, right? This is a tab separated. So we need to provide external delimiter. /t. We want to print editions.head. Head is nothing but it will give the first five rows. So just print out. Okay. This is the data we got from the data set. So we just print the data. So in that the first use case is like they want me to use only these columns: editions, grand total, city and country from this data set, from this data frame. So how to use only those how to remove this bronze, gold, silver, or else the another way we can say is how to select only these four columns. It's like editions. This is the data frame. In that how many columns you need to select, you need to specify the column names. So I want to select edition and grand total, city and country. If you run the program, see, we are only selecting the four columns from the entire from the data set: editions, grand total, city and country. I think our first task is completed. So after selecting, they ask me to save into the some CSV file. That thing I am saving editions dot. To save into CSV file, we have one function called toCSV. We need to provide the path from where we going to save all these files. So I'm saving code. Okay, I'm saving results slash exercise1.csv. Exercise1 a.evaluate.csv. So I'm running the program. Okay, the results, the thing is not existed. Yeah, done. It will see here, all the data is saved by using this two CSV function. Let's read the second task. So in this first task, we need to learn the how to select only the required columns, and also how to save into the CSV file, and also how to read the tab separated values. So these three things we learn from this exercise. And the second one is like loading. This time and they asked me to load the IOC data, and also IOC data. Okay, first read the file path, ioc.csv file, and select only the columns like country, NOC, and IOC codes. So they asked me to select only these three columns. So it's pretty simple. Here we no need to use any delimiter because by default itself is CSV file. In that we are selecting only three columns: country, and NOC. They asked me to print, so I commented this one. Yeah, okay. So okay, these are the all the data which is there in this data set. Yeah, this is by this one I completed the two exercises, like two problems, and the third one is like building medals data frame. Here you start with the data frame additions from the previous exercise, what we performed. So you have a sequence of files like from 1896 to 2008. So here these are the different data sets or the respective years. The Olympics happened for every 4 years, right? For 896 and 900 for till 2008. So the main thing is you will build up a dictionary called medical medals dict with Olympic edition years as a key, and also data frame as a value. So in the dictionary, generally we have a key comma value pair. The key comma value pair, they ask me to use this key as a years and also the value as data frame. After that one, the dictionary is built up inside a loop over the year for each Olympic game. So they asked me to build the dictionary which has the year and also value, and also loop. I need to loop like for 1896 to 2008, and also they asked me to concatenate all the data frames, and they asked me to make some new data frame. Like here, if you see, concatenate the dictionary data frame medical dict into data frames called medal. So finally, all these medical dictionary I need to convert into the one data frame called medals. So ask me to use the keyword argument ignore index equals to true to prevent the repetitive integer indexes. And also ask me to print the first and last 5 rows of medals. Okay. First thing is I need to create the medals dictionary. Okay, this is the dictionary declaration in Python. And also I need to iterate all the years in the edition. This is what they ask me. You will start the year which is an Olympic edition, and like take the year column. Edition, because if you see in edition will contains the all the years, we need to take those column. I need to iterate till we get all the years. So here we declare the file path equals to, it is there in datasets slash summer. So here how we can inject this year into the string. So for that, so generally in any programming languages, we have something called percentage d is for float, and for integer percentage f is for float, percentage d is for double. These kind of things are there. The same thing we will use here. So declare like colon d, which is nothing but it will take the it, which is nothing but here this is the argument. Here he is expecting the argument dot. Okay, sorry, here it is CSV file dot format with the year. If you give this year, right, here this is nothing but the year argument is ingesting over here. And also they ask me to use Medal dictionary, and in the Medal dictionary key is nothing but a year equals to, I need to create one data frame for the value pandas.read CSV. I need to give this file path. That's it. And what are the things they ask me to use? Okay, select only the columns athletic, NOC and medals. So same thing what we already did, like we need to select only the columns called athletic and NOC and medal. Fine, perfect. And after that, what they ask me to do is like create new column called edition in the dictionary itself, and in the data frame medals dictionary year whose entries are all our years. So basically they want me to store the year value in the edition, and this edition is to create in the medal dictionary. So medal is a dictionary of year. So I need to create one new column called edition equals to year. Perfect. So our dictionary is completed. So if you print the medals dictionary, for timing I'm commenting this one. I hope it will come. Okay, this is the key 1896, and this is the data frame, and the new column is called edition. Here what we created in the edition, which is nothing but the year 1896, this one. Similarly for all the things 1890, 1900, all the things. So this is like dictionary format. I need to convert this dictionary to the data frame. For that we can use like also they asked me to use they asked me to create a data frame with the medals equals to dot concat. We have concatenation function. In the concatenation function we used to pass our dictionary. It will convert. Okay, sorry, I didn't print anything. Okay, this is nothing but converting the medals dictionary into the data frame. So if you see here, right, this is nothing but indexes 2008 till 2008. All this is nothing but indexes in the which is there in the dictionary. So they already mentioned like to specify the keyword called ignore index true to prevent repeated integer indexes. So here we can use ignore index equals to true. If you Run the program. Yeah. Now we'll get the complete data frame without any indexes, like we prevented the integers indexes. So our third task is also done. So they ask me to print the first and last 5 rows. So here is like you already know how to print the first 5 row, first 5 rows. Here, if you give a head, it will print the first 5 rows, or you can mention the external, or you can mention externally, like I want only 5 rows, and also or print medals dot. There one more function called tail 5. Run the program. See, it will print the first 5 and also last 5. Or if you want to use the single, you can use append function also. Append medals dot tails and remove this one. Yeah, this is perfect. This is somewhat readable. Yeah. Okay. I guess our third one is also completed. So what we learn from this one is like how to create a dictionary and how to create this file path, without hard coding, how to assign the year into the that to get the iterative data sets, and how to create a dictionary, and how to convert the dictionary into the data frame, and how to print the top 5 rows and also bottom 5 rows from the data frame. So this is like my third exercise. This is done. Like, see what is the info. Okay, counting medals by country edition in pivotal table. Here you start with the concatenated data frame called medals. We already did that one for the previous exercise. Yeah, you can construct a pivotal table to see the number of medals each country won in each year. So for each country, each year we need to get the how many medals for the country win. So the result is a new data frame with the Olympic edition on the index, and also the see here they ask the index as the Olympic edition, remember, and also with the 138 countries and NOC codes as columns. So basically, pivotal table will accept the arguments called aggregate functions. I think this will help over here, like in the pivotal table to calculate the count. You can construct pivotal table to see the number of medals for each country. It will accept the index also, it will accept columns also, and also it will accept what are the values we need to place over the pivotal table for the new data frame. So they also give the instructions. First one is like construct a pivotal table, the data frame medals. Okay, they also ask me to aggregate by count by specifying the aggregate function, which is the parameter in the pivotal table. Using edition as an index, which is they already mentioned. Olympic edition as an index, and also athletic for the values, and NOC for columns. And also finally they ask me to save the medals count data frame to the CSV file. So let's do this one. First create the data frame medals count. Medals count equals to pd dot pivotal table. In that you need to provide the which data frame you want to structureize medals, and also I want index as edition, sorry, comma, and also I want index as they ask me to use edition. This is the they ask me to use this as index, and also they ask me to use columns as NOC. And also they ask me to use values as athletic, ATHLET, yeah. And also finally they ask me for counting the number of years each number of for each year for each year we need to find the count, right? For that, they asked me to use the aggregate function. Aggregate is nothing but a count. That's it. Now also asked me to save this one to CSV, which we already familiar with this one. I'll save to result slash like exercise 1d dot CSV. Yeah, done. Yeah, here it's saved. If you see here we use index as addition, which is nothing but this is the index, and a column, for column values we use NOC. This is the column values, and also the values is like athletic, and also count is like aggregate function, and it will calculate for every country, for every NOC, like for every country it will calculate the count of the athletics for the respective years, like count of the medals they won. So this is like how to use the pivotal table. By this one, we completed the fourth one also. I think this is the, maybe this is one kind of exercise. Yeah. Finally, the another one is compute fractions of medals per Olympic edition. Okay, in this exercise, you will start with the data frame called editions, medals, and medal counts. These three you already did previously. So what they asking, you can extract a series with the total number of medals awarded in each Olympic edition. The data frame medals count can be divided row-wise by the total number of medals awarded each edition. The method divide performs the broadcast as you require. So basically the ask is you can extract a series with the total number of medals awarded in the each Olympic edition. Total number of medals awarded in each Olympic edition. The data frame medals count can be divided row-wise by total number of medals. This total number of medals are there in the editions. We need to divide it with this the medals count. For that one, they also gave the instructions like set the index of data frame editions to be addition. Use the method dot set index to save the results to the totals. First, we will do that one. First, print the first let's like okay. First, let's check what is there in the editions. So editions is there. They asked me to do the index as the edition. For that purpose, they asked me to use the set index method in the pandas. And also that set index method I need to assign the complete data frame I need to assign to the variable called totals. So I'm declaring a variable called totals equals to editions dot set index edition. Okay. In that they asked me to extract the grand total column from the totals and assign the result back to the totals. They asked me to use only the grand total column and also divide the data frame medals count by totals along each row. You will have to use the divide method and also axis rows. Assign the result to the fraction. Okay. Totals equals to I need to select only grand total. Okay. And also they ask that I need to first thing is like I need to divide the medical counts with this total in the row wise. For that one we can use like medical counts dot medal counts dot divide function. We need to divide with the totals and also we need to divide with row wise. So we have axis called row. And need to assign this one to the fractions. Okay, let's print fractions, how it will look. Sorry, this is like I get rows, not row. Yeah. Okay. These nan values are nothing but if there is empty, there is particular NOC code didn't get any medals, right? So we divided by totals, it will get the not a number, not a number. So for all the remaining things, it will get the values. If you see these kind of things, right? So the next thing is like we check. Next thing is compute percentage change in fractions of medals one. Here you start with the data frames, again the same data frames and also extra data frames called fractions to see if there is a host country advantage. You first want to see how the fractions of medals one changes from edition to edition. The expanding mean provides a way to see the down each column. Okay, value means all the data. Okay, first we need to create mean fractions by changing the method of expanding dot mean to the fraction. Here they ask them to create a new data frame called mean fractions, and from fractions dot we have function called expanding. We need to expand the fractions and need to find the mean function. For timing, just see what is in mean fraction. Yeah, after that one, compute the percentage change in the mean fraction down each column by percentage change function and multiply with the 100. In pandas we also have the function called percentage change to compute the percentage for each column and also multiply with the 100, assigning the result to the fraction change. Fraction change equals to mean fractions dot bct dot bct underscore change, and also ask me to divide it by multiply with 100. Reset with the index called fractions change using the dot reset index. We already seen that one. This will make addition as an ordinary column and save the final result to the values some file name. So fraction change equals to fractions change dot reset index. Now also ask me to change the fractions change to some file. Results slash fractions file, fractions.csv. Created. So here it calculated for all the nan values it will create empty. For all the values it will calculate the percentage change by the column wise and multiply with the 100. And also resetting the index as additions, the index. So finally the fraction change to see here the resetting index is like the index will come as a column value. Previously for exercise 1D here index previously we did the same thing like reset index. We already did the reset index, right? Yeah, for I think for dictionary we did the reset index value. So same thing they ask us to do here. So in this exercise we learned about okay, how to set the index first thing, and also how to divide two different data frames by row wise, and also how to find the mean and also how to find the percentage change. Yeah, these all things we learn from this exercise. And another one they ask is build host data frame. Your task here is to prepare a data frame host by left join editions and IOC uh, by left joining of editions and IOC codes. Left joining is nothing but it will take the common between the editions between two data frames, and also leftover of editions data frames which is there in the left. Once created, you will subset the editions and NOC columns and set edition as the index. I need to subset the editions and NOC columns after creating this host and make the editions as the index. There are some missing NOC values. You will set those explicitly. Finally, you will result the index and print the final data frame. Okay. Sorry. First, I'll create the data frame called hosts equals to pd dot. To combine two data frames, we have something called merge function in the pandas. Here we need to provide the data frames. One is the edition and another one is IOC codes, and also how they want to merge, like nothing but how column, like inner join, like left inner join. Okay. After that one, they ask me to use a subset. They ask me to subset the edition and NOC from the host data frame. So host equals to hosts of edition, comma NOC. Now also they ask me to make set index as edition. Okay. And also they said in the host there will be some of the negative values for in the host. They said here they say something, right? There are some missing NOC values. You will see those explicitly. I need to study the data frame first, and then finally you reset an index and print them to the final data frame. So to update the empty values, we have something called iLocation. It will update the particular location, like hostess dot location. We need to provide which one is empty and what values we need to inject over there. First try to print this host and see what is there in this. Okay, NOC is capital letters. Okay, I think this is the output we got. Like we need to give edition and NOC and an index as edition and NOC as a column. So if you study the data over here, right? These are all the like country names, like NOC codes. So if you see, like if you study each and everything explicitly, you get the 1972 is like not a number, and 1980 is not a number, and 1988 is not a number. Yeah, these three we found it's not a number. So how we convert this not a number? How we assign this particular index locations to the new one? So hosts dot location. My location is like my index is 1972. For the column called NOC, I want to change that one to something called Yosh, like FRG or USC or something. Similar way, we have three things, right? 1972, 1988 and 1980. Like USR, like USCA something. After giving this one, reset the index of hosts using dot reset index. I need to reset the index. Assign back to the host that if you print over if you print now, yeah, the addition is it become as column. And if you see like they created some default like index. So finally the new data host data frame is ready. Basically is there for the edition of 1896, the host for the particular Olympic, the host is nothing but Greece. For 1900 they're France, for 1904 like USA, like that. So we're done with this exercise. And finally they ask me to save, right? Like I'll save like host is dot to CSV as l slash hostess dot CSV. Okay. Yeah, it's saved. Let's study the next problem. Okay, reshaping for analysis. I think we need to reshape data frame maybe. This exercise starts with a fraction change data frame and also host data frame. Your task here is to reshape the fractions change data frame for later analysis. Initially, fraction change is a wide data frame of 26 rows, one for each Olympic edition. Yeah, we have 26 like 18 from 1896 to 2008, and 139 columns, one for each edition, and 138 of the competing countries. On reshaping with the pd dot melt function, as you will see, the result is a tall data frame with 3588 rows and 3 columns that summarizes the fractional change in the expanding mean in the percentage of medals. Okay, let's see the instructions. Create the data frame reshaped by reshaping the data frame of fraction change with the pd dot melt. First, we will create the data frame called reshaped. As reshaped. pd dot. They asked me to use melt function, which helps to reshape. Which data frame they asked me to reshape is like fractional change. You will need to use the keyword argument called id versus addition to set the indifferable variable, and you also need to use the keyword called value name as change to set the measured variables. In the pd.melt function, we have something called we need to pass the arguments called id variables for indifferable variables and also for value names for measurables. Addition and also value name is called change to set the measured values. They ask us to print the reshaped dot shape function and also fractional change dot shape function. After printing that, create data frame CHN by extracting all the rows from reshaped, in which the 3-letter code for each country NOC is CHN. So basically, they want me to extract all the like all the rows from the reshaped data frame where the NOC code is CHN, nothing but I think China. So this is the modified data frame. This is the previous data frame. So for that one, we can use like C China, right? CHN equals to reshaped dot location. We know the location, right? So in that we need to Okay, in that we need to select only the values which have the NOC is China. So in that we need to use some equal function called reset dot NOC, or you can use reset brackets NOC also equals to CHN. They ask me to print the tile rate CHN dot tile last five rows. Okay, this is the addition and this CH and change is like 4.20 something, and these are the rows. Okay, merged. Okay, and yeah, that is completed. And finally, merging to still only two things. Merging to compute influence. So this exercise starts with the data frame reshaped and also host. Your task is to measure the two data frames and tidy the result. The end result is a data frame summarizing the fractional change in the expanding mean of the percentage of the medals won for the host country. So finally, ask the fractional change of expanding mean for the particular host country for the percentage of medals of the host country in each Olympic edition. So they asked me to match the whole resets and hosts. Okay, and also they didn't ask any left join or inner join. They ask only the end result, which is nothing but summarization of fractional change in the expanding mean of percentage of medals won in the for the host country. So for the how parameter in the match function is inner. So print the first five rows in the data frame merged. This has been done for you. You should see the rows and jumbled chronologically. Set the index of merged to the addition and sort the index. Here we need to know the how to sort the data frame. Save the and finally save. Okay, we can know how. Create a data frame called merged equals to pd dot merge function. What is the two data frames now? One is fractional change and another is sorry, one is like reshaped, right? One is like reshaped, another one is like host. And also how is like inner. By default its behavior is like inner. And also they ask me to set the and also they ask me to set the index as addition and also sort the index. And also store the final data frame to the influence one. Okay, so midget dot set index called addition, and also here you can apply sort index functionality. Sort index and assign to the fractions, assign to the influence, I guess. Influence. Also finally save this influence dot to CSV. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, finally we got additions and also NOC and also change in the sorted order. Okay, that is done. Like final, yeah, I think the final thing is like plotting influence of host country. Here they ask me to use the visualization. For the visualization I use the matplot library. The final exercise starts with the data frames influence and also additions. The first data frame which we built and also the last data frame. Funny, your job is to plot the influences of being a host country. So create a series called change by extracting a change column from the influence. Create a bar plot of change using dot plot function, and method they ask me to use the bar graph. Save the result to the AX to permit further customization. Customize the bar plot of change to improve readability. how they wants to be readability is like a set the y labels as change of host country, and apply the method of set title as is there is a host country advantage. And also they ask me to do a tickable x tick labels, nothing but in the bar graph the x tick labels are nothing but cities. Finally plot show and save the this plot to the png file. So this is the final exercise, guys. I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to import matplot library in that pyplot as plot. I want to extract the change in the influence by using this one. After that one, I need to assign the this whole thing to the ax, right? And also I need to use the plot called change dot plot is bar. Change the plot and what kind of diagram I was, bar diagram. And also they want the ax dot set y labels. Set y labels. And also the ax they want set title as this one. And also they want as dot set tick labels, x labels. So ax dot set tick labels as additions. And finally I need to plot that one. First I will plot, then I will save. Okay, this is the final one, and this is the nothing but change one. This is the nothing but change how much change value, and here is like x y label, and you can apply for x label also, like that is not in a exercise, but I think it's overlapped down, I guess. If you see here, right? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, the x y label is like this one, and also the for every bar there is a country name which is in the editions.ct xtick labels, and also the title is like this one. Finally, they asked me to instead of showing, they asked me to save, right? For that, I have a function called save figure results slash plot.png. Yeah, it got saved here. Okay. Okay, this is the like I think this is the final complete understanding of complete data insights for the Olympics data from past 24 years, I guess, from 1896 to 2008, from past 100 years. Yeah, basically what we learned is like generally for any kind of if you want to become a data science, for a data analysis purpose, it will use more. So if you want to work, if you are working in fintech company, how to analyze the data, you want to work, you're working in e-commerce, how to analyze the recommendations of the user, how to analyze the user what you call user ratings, which customer buy which one, these something about data analysis. For the data analysis and visualization, pandas is a core thing. For visualization we have more things like seaborn is there, like I don't know. There in my yeah, Seaborn is there, and also Bokeh is also there. Bokeh. This everything is called visualization purpose. And also for dashboarding, for real kind of dashboarding, is also called as a dashboard library is there in Python for visualization. But for data analysis, the core thing is like pandas only. And also we have one more library called NumPy, numerical computations in Python. Actually, when we can use this one is like data cleaning purpose and also data manipulation or data calculation. Basically, when we have so if you study this, previously we seen the NAND rate. Uh, we have something called filna. In pandas, we have something called filna function. But this filna function which is helpful to fill the all the empty values. Previously we seen like all the empty values for the particular medal, how many medals win in the each year for the each country. We can use some filna is at zero. It will fill with zero, or else we can apply statistics also, like mean, median, mode, variance, standard deviation, any kind of things in the data analysis. These mostly for analyzing and visualization, the complete stuff in Python is we can do mainly three libraries. One is pandas and NumPy. Another one is like statistics, like mathematical library. And for visualization, we can use many number of libraries called Matplotlib, Seaborn, Bokeh, dashboard, any kind of things. So basically here in these 60 lines of code, what you finally learned is like how to read the CSV file and how to give the delimiter and how to select only the specified columns in the CSV file and how to save the CSV file. And also here is like how to create the dictionary as a data frame, as a values data frame, and how to convert the dictionary to the data frame, and also how to print the top 5 and also least 5, like a tail and head functions, and also how to declare, how to give the pivotal table and how to count based on column call, and how to give the index values, columns and everything, and how to set the index and how to divide the two data frames, and how to find the mean function, how to find the percentage change, and also how to handle the missing values. These things, for this is like small data we explicitly see in this one, but for all these things we can use mean, median, mode functions. By using iLocation, by using location functions, we can change those things. Like here we can use the how to define the shape, like how to print the shape of the data frame, like how to use the merge function over here to combine two data frames, and also like how to use inner joins, left join, outer left join, right join, and also inner joins. And also finally how to visualize the two different data frames based on the numerical values in the particular data frame. Yes, friends, that's it. Yeah, this is the final. Yeah, where is that one? This is the final case study I got in my exam. So I want to explain to you. So I got some other machine learning programs called decision tree classifier. All these things I will explain in the upcoming tutorials or upcoming videos. If you like the video, please subscribe me, and also please give like and share it to your friends. And this is my channel, and I have all the like how to solve the problems like competitive programming and how to and data science, and also TK framework in Python, and also web designing. Everything is there in Adobe tutorials. Like some I just like fun. I do just all these things like for fun. So if you really like the video, you can please subscribe me and thumbs up. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, bye.